Craig, thanks. With tax day upon us, it's important to know what to do if you are at the center of an IRS tax audit. What are your rights? Will the IRS attempt to work out a payment plan with you? A lot of questions here, and here to help examine this issue is attorney Rosemarie Bogdan from the law firm of Martin, Harding & Mazzotti. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
It's a pleasure to be here, even if it is tax day.
It is tax day. Okay, so if somebody that's watching this afternoon receives a notice from the IRS saying that they're going to be subject to audit, what should they do and what are their rights?
Right. Well, the first thing they should do is definitely don't ignore it. They should definitely respond to the letter. Generally speaking, they have 30 days to respond. They have definitely rights to know what the audit is about. They have a right to representation, and they have a right to clearly know exactly why they're being audited.
And that was my next question. Why do people get selected for audit? And when an audit is done, how is it done?
Yeah. Well, audits, some of them are actually random, but generally speaking now, what they have are computer programs where they look at the return and they match it against norms, and if there's something about the return that doesn't match or consistent with the norms of what they expect for that return, it gets flagged. Once the return gets flagged, it actually, by the computer that is, it will go to a live person who will actually look at the return, and this is an experienced person, and say, is this flagged without really cause and they're going to accept the return, or does it need a further review?
What are your rights as a taxpayer when this happens?
Well, you certainly have the right to a representation. You have the right to understand the audit. And certainly what I would suggest is many people have accountants and attorneys assist them with their returns, so that they should use that as a resource if they do get an audit letter, so that they understand why they're being audited and can provide the information that's being requested.
If the taxpayer can't pay the tax bill in full, are there plans that the IRS has to repay that?
Yes, the IRS has a system established that will allow for you to present the case, and they can either do a reduction in the amount owed, they can enter into a payment plan, there can be deferred payments, but that all has to be done by communicating with the IRS, and certainly should be done right away because it keeps the taxes and the penalties down for late payments.
Okay, this is all valuable, good information. Rosemarie, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
If you have a question for anybody from Martin, Harding & Mazzotti, you can email them, and you can do that and ask what your rights are at cbs6albany.com. All the information on how to do that can be found there.